What's up, Haunters, and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all the new Home Depot 2024 Halloween animatronics which were revealed today. There are 8 main animatronics that we have stock photos and descriptions of, which is awesome, and these 8 animatronics all look so awesome, and I can't wait to see more videos of these once they're actually released. But anyways, for today, we'll be taking a look at these 8 animatronics, so let's get started. So to start off for today's video, I want to talk about a cool new animatronic that's supposed to go along with the 12-foot skeleton. This right here, of course, is the skeleton dog, which this thing looks pretty sick, and it's going to be awesome for people that have the 12-foot skeleton. You can buy this to go along with it. So basically, look at the description here. We can see that it's a 5-foot skeleton dog, and it's 7 feet long, and it features LCD eyes just like the 12-foot skeleton, lots of other 12-foot props, so that is definitely an awesome feature of this. And of course, the LCD eyes for this actually feature 8 functions, which is a new thing they're doing. So instead of just having the basic setting, which is where I think the eyes kind of like looked around, this one right here can have it programmed to multiple different settings for the eyes, which is a really cool new feature. And of course, look at this. It also looks like the mouth will be posable. I'm not sure if anything else will be. It just seems like maybe the mouth will be. But overall, this dog right here looks pretty cool. I know for this guy, it's not really too scary of a prop. It's just supposed to be more like a big skeleton one. But even though it's not a scary prop, I do like the design they went with. Like the dog face and head there, that looks really awesome. And then the rest of the skeleton for this dog also looks really cool too. So overall for this, they definitely put a lot of work into it, and this animatronic looks awesome. And now moving on from the skeleton dog, we have another new animatronic, which this one is one that I'm not quite sure we actually saw before. This guy right here is the Jack of Spades, and look at the description here. It's a card-playing skeleton. And the different thing about him is that he can be positioned to either sit or stand, which is really cool. And of course, also says he has motion sensors and seasonal phrases. And just look at his prop overall, I've got to say, this guy looks awesome. He looks like a prop that I would love to have. He's basically this like cool looking skeleton. I want to say he has like an older aesthetic to him. Of course, in the one hand, he has like a drink and stuff. And the other hand, he has cards. And of course, he's got his head there, which looks like he has moving mouth and everything. So overall, prop looks great. And the other feature that he can actually sit or stand is something I don't think we've ever seen before. At least I can't remember it for any props I've ever seen. But basically, if you look at this other photo I put on screen, you can actually see him in the sitting position. This was set up at the Home Depot thing today. And look at him sitting down here. It looks like you can actually detach him from the base from the previous photo. It looks like you actually have him sitting on something. So that's kind of cool. It probably means that in the legs or something, the leg pulls for it have some sort of like lock-in mechanism. Like, you know, skeletons can pose their legs so they can either sit or stand. I feel like he has something like that. Like it has like the joints and everything that like snap into place. So overall, that's really cool. And I think something like this would be a cool idea to have. And I'm talking about the feature where you can have it in multiple positions, either sitting or standing. I feel that would be something cool for him to start introducing animatronics so you can have them positioned in a different way. So overall, this new prop that Home Depot is releasing is a great one and one that I can't wait to see. And moving on from that, we have what is probably going to be the like big animatronic for this year. You know, each year they have like their new 12-foot animatronic, or I know they've had like smaller ones like 9 or 10 feet before. And the one for this year looks insane. It is one that I really want. This right here is the Mund Maple animatronic, and it's basically this massive tree that stands 10 feet tall. And looking at the description right here, you can see it's complete with a memory function for your favorite hue, which is something that's cool. So from the sounds of the description here, it seems like for this prop, you'll be able to choose basically whatever color you want the eyes and head to be for this. And with that memory function, it means that it'll actually be programmed into the animatronic once you choose a specific one. So every time you actually turn this prop, you don't have to change which color you want. So that is kind of cool too, that you can actually have it programmed the way you want. And overall, just take a look at this prop. It's so awesome. I remember back in my animatronics I want to return for 2024, I talked about how I want one of the Spirit Halloween tree animatronics to come back because I love lots of these tree-looking animatronics and I really want to have one. And this one right here from Home Depot that stands 10 feet tall, this guy's awesome, and I assume he's made for outdoors. So this guy would be such an awesome prop to get. And I hope this guy comes to Canada because I would love to see this guy in person and everything. But yeah, overall, this tree looks awesome. Another great prop. All right, now moving on. If you remember back to Lowe's a month or 2 months ago, I think it was back in January, they had their whole lineup leaked and they had a lot of new sea-themed stuff, which was kind of interesting. And it looks like Home Depot is also going to have a sea-themed prop. Right here, we have Captain Cuts, which is a new pirate animatronic, and this guy is awesome. I'm a huge fan of Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney, especially like all the audio animatronics on that. So this guy right here is definitely an awesome one. He feels like something that could be on that ride. So that's awesome that they're bringing this like pirate guy to Home Depot. And it looks like here it says he has 5 dynamic movements and 5 phrases. And just look at this guy. I feel like he might be a servo prop. I might be wrong on that. But overall, just look at this guy. It looks awesome. The face design on this guy looks awesome. I love that big beard there and the hat and everything. Looks like he has a little parrot on his shoulder. And his clothing looks nice. It really has that like pirate aesthetic, especially like an older pirate, not like a more modern looking one. So that is really awesome too. So yeah, overall, look at this guy. He's also another awesome animatronic, and overall, just looks like Home Depot's doing such a good job this year. And moving on once again, now we're going to be taking a look at a creepy monster animatronic. Right here, we've got the new Frankenstein animatronic, which that's awesome to see. I know lots of people have been asking for lots of these places to bring back like classic monster props like this guy. So it is cool that they're actually going to be bringing this guy back. I don't really remember the last time we had too much of like a Frankenstein prop. I know we had the Gemmy one, but other than that, I don't know if there's much other companies that have made a big Frankenstein type prop. But this guy here, he looks awesome, and it's just overall a perfect design for him. So looking at it, he will stand 7 feet tall, so a pretty big prop. And this guy will actually have servo motors, it says right here in the definition. So that is really awesome too. And he'll have lifelike movement in arms and facial features. So for facial features, I wonder if it'll be more than just mouth movement, because I feel like it would say mouth movement if he would just have mouth movement. But since it says facial features, I feel like he might have more, like maybe his eyes will do something. So that's kind of interesting. Of course, it says he features iconic lines from the Frankenstein movie. So that's cool that they're actually using lines from the movie for this prop. That's a cool thing about him too. And yeah, look at the prop itself. This guy looks awesome. I love the head. That just really looks like Frankenstein. And we got his whole body right here too, which has this nice clothing and his hands and his shoes and everything. Overall, this guy looks awesome, and he's going to be another awesome prop to see. And moving on, we have another version of the Headless Horseman. I know there's been a few over the years. I remember, I think it was last year, Costco had a version of it. Now Home Depot is going to have a version, which is this one right here, which is known as the Knight Dullahan. And this thing looks awesome. It's basically this skeleton knight on a skeleton horse, which is really cool. And look at the base there. You can see this guy is going to be massive. Features like a similar base to lots of 12-foot animatronics. And looking at the definition here, we can see that it towers 9 feet tall. So it is a massive animatronic. And yeah, this guy, big prop, and it looks awesome too. From the looks of it, it looks like there's red lights inside the actual rib cage for the prop. There's one in the skeleton there. It looks like there's one also in the horse there, which is awesome. Also, his head there looks like it'll be animated, have like mouth movement, and the eyes will light up. I do wonder if the horse legs will move at all. That'd be cool if it does. And the horse mouth too, I wonder if that'll move. But overall, from the looks of this guy, it looks like a pretty cool design. And I'm not sure if they ever really did a Headless Horseman animatronic with the horse actually being a skeleton. They might have. From what I remember, it's just like non-skeleton horses. But for what this guy is, he looks awesome. This is going to be another awesome prop to see. And especially with how big this thing is, 9 feet tall. And it looks like it's pretty wide too. This is going to be a big prop and one that's going to be awesome to see. And moving on to our second final prop, we've got a new version of the Plague Doctor. And look at the description for this guy right here. He stands 7.5 feet tall, so another big prop. Of course, he features a design that's supposed to represent back from the 16th and 17th centuries. It has like that beak-like mask, which is so creepy. I love that. An ominous cloak and lantern and cane. It will include 3 unique phrases, which is awesome. Of course, says this is perfect for history enthusiasts and also just Halloween enthusiasts, I guess. But this guy looks awesome. I wonder what type of movement he has. I'd probably assume something with the head and arm. But looking at this guy, I do love the design for him. The head right there looks perfect. I like the big goggles for the eyes right there. And the beak on the head and everything, that looks awesome. His hands too, the mold for it also looks pretty good from the photo here. He's holding the one lantern there. And his clothing and everything looks pretty good. So overall, how they made this guy, it looks awesome, and I think this will definitely be another popular one. So yeah, great prop and another awesome one for us here. And now, of course, we come to the end of the video. This is the last prop where we actually have stock photos of. And this guy right here is the 12-foot skeleton, which is back once again. I think it was last year. It said this guy was going away forever. I feel like I saw somewhere and he wasn't going to return. But now this year, they are officially bringing back the 12-foot skeleton, which is awesome. This is still a guy that I want to get, but I still haven't got. The new thing about this guy for his new release this year is that he will have 8 new settings for the LCDI. So like the dog we talked about at the start of the video, it'll feature 8 different functions that you can choose from for the eyes. So it'll be like different than just the one program for the eyes that the previous animatronic had. And yeah, it says swap settings to help bring his personality to life. So that's nice. They can actually give the prop more personality, I guess, with choosing like its facial features and everything. And of course, also says at the end, it will still have the price of $300. And if they do bring this back to Canada, I assume it'll still be $400. And yeah, overall, same prop other than the new eye features. So awesome to see this guy back. If they bring back to Canada, he might be a one I want to get because it's just such a cool prop. Awesome to see this guy back at Home Depot. And with all that said, that is it for today's video, everyone. Hopefully you did enjoy. As you can see, I'm filming somewhere different today. Aside from here, because I like all the natural light coming in currently now that clocks were set forward an hour. But anyways, it's so awesome to see all this new stuff from Home Depot. And hopefully they bring some of these to Canada. I especially want them to bring the new 12-foot skeleton to Canada and that one prop of the skeleton that can like either sit or stand. I'd love to see that guy here in Canada. And of course the haunted tree. Those are the 3 props I hope they bring to Canada. Usually they bring around 5 or so of the US lineup here to Canada for Home Depot. So hopefully those 3 props are part of the new lineup for this year. But anyways, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.